Hello, everyone. I am with Tony and Jose, and we have such a powerful, powerful journey to share with you. I'm going to have my beautiful men let you know who they are and what they're doing. They're excellent friends, and I think you're going to enjoy understanding what their journey has been all about and learn from it. And also, in my view, this is the perfect integrative medicine way of going to repair certain things in the body. So, Tony, Jose, tell us about who you are and what you do.
I'm Tony. I'm a wardrobe stylist for decades. A lot of insane kind of work, especially high end when you work high end. So you've become almost a psychiatrist as well. And I never took supplements of any kind. I always ate well, but I never took any. On and off, I tried different things and got bored, and because it was always so difficult, Then they invented little packets that you take with you, and I did that for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Then I got
But you were eating healthy from what you mentioned.
Oh,
Since you were a
absolutely.
kid.
Since I was a kid, I've always been borderline vegetarian. I would eat meat or something if it was last resort, but I was never a fan of that. I always liked, anything but.
And what about the story about the pasta? Why did you want to eat pasta when you?
Oh, as a kid, Italian family. My
Oh,
mother had a huge Italian restaurant, so that's all I had was Italian food forever, and I would never eat the pasta because I saw everybody was so big. So I want to eat spaghetti. I turned down Italian food. I'd only eat peanut butter and jelly with a banana. That was about it. No Italian food. Now
oh,
it's changed, but you could make it healthier now.
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm an actor and also I'm writing for the first time. So I'm writing a project, working on that. And it's kind of based on my journey since a kid, all the way to working with young people. And we created an organization that offers arts-based, social emotional arts-based programs to kids. We started in Tijuana, working with one orphanage at first, and then we branched out to four. And then at the same time, we launched here in the U.S. in Los Angeles. So now we're with three continuation high schools, and we're branching out to two more. So by the end of this year, we'll be at five schools. And basically, it's just getting young people to get in touch with themselves, to kind of discover all the resilience that they're actually born with, and try to just reconnect with themselves. And because a lot of times we get lost in our journeys, especially when we have a rough journey, we get lost on the way. We forget what we have, and we forget who we really are. And we start believing this other, who we are, this other self. It's just what society is putting on us, right? And so that's what we do. We do through acting, dramatic arts, right? And we also do it with hey, and we do it with media storytelling. So that's what we do. And Tony, you were talking about eating healthy and stuff. And I remember, when I was young, I ate what everybody ate in Brooklyn. The canned chef. Was that the Chef Boyardee? What was
Yeah.
it, the Chef Boyardee?
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you had a can, and I remember, that was I didn't know. When you're young, you don't know what's healthy, what's not. You don't know about canned foods, and so
Of course,
right.
of course we didn't.
you drank soda. You ate what was cheap, what was affordable, right? And then it wasn't until I moved to Manhattan and then I became an actor. And then at one point I went into dance, right? When I was in high school, and I had a career. And so I had a scholarship, with Ballet Hispanico of New York. And all of a sudden eating healthy was important. Remember, I think it was the early 90s where it was really it was about tofu. And then there was like a dessert called tofuti.
I remember that.
Remember? And then all of a sudden, every little Korean corner market had these little tubs of tofu that was sitting in water, and then you had that with watercress. And then I put sesame oil and then soy sauce, and my brother and I, that's what we ate. It was always healthy, peanut butter and banana, sandwiches, and you had that's just what it was for many, many years. And so,
Wow.
yeah, so, I've always tried to eat healthy.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
It does make a difference. And
Once people get on a routine of eating properly and just good healthy food, they will feel a difference.
You feel it.
it does show in the body. And it helps us heal when we do get in a bit of trouble. And I would love to ask you guys about your recent health journey, because you brought together our typical medicine with holistic medicine, and you balanced it so harmoniously. And there was such a smart equilibrium between the two fields that I myself really appreciated as you went through that, to observe how the two can interact together so well. So tell us about that.
I always very healthy and felt good, and then all of a sudden for about a month I didn't feel good. I was very tired, very weak, and then it started getting severe. So I went to a doctor and found out I had severe liver damage and hepatitis C at the same time, caused by the hep C. So I went to a brilliant doctor that was holistic as well, and he treated me and got rid of the hep C right away. And then he addressed the liver and had me take a medication twice, 2 different cycles, to stop the damage of the liver. And it's been 4 years. And then I went to you and gave you all of my x-rays and everything, and you set me up on a routine protocol, and it was a lot in the beginning. We went on a 3-month vegan thing with it. We felt great. Within the first few days, we started noticing our body much more balanced and going to the bathroom properly, and everything was working, and I had energy to. It's been a miracle, and they look at all my charts in that now, and they, there's few minor things that I've had going on, but with the liver part of it and kidneys and everything else, no issue.
I think what also happened was because we started taking it obviously at the same time.
Yeah.
And I remember that even like from within, like even the mood was started to change. So it was like a little domino effect. This happened, and all of a sudden I could, for some reason, my skin looked different, and I felt different from within, and it gave me made me more enthusiastic about cooking right and eating well, eating more of a plant-based. So everything kind of just, went right on top of each other. So that was really cool.
I make, since the very beginning, I call it the honey wagon, because we're both on set all the time. So I call it the honey wagon. I've been doing it for years. I have a coffee station ready with the oat milk and the sugar and our cups, and that's ready to go. Then I have the juicing station. Then I have all the supplements out with our 2 glasses of water to go.
Wow, you are prepared.
Then I have the little toast section for sourdough toast in the morning with our cut. And that's every morning I get up, and I can't wait to make the honey wagon.
That's perfect.
It's like being on a set, right?
And I arrange it so it looks really beautiful. Everything looks it's part of our life now. We miss a day or we run out of something, and we're both like, oh, is it coming? Did it come yet? Is it here?
I know, it's something else, isn't it? When we get used to putting such clean, good things in our bodies, and our bodies actually thank us and respond to that. And by the way, your skin, both of your skin look amazing, glowing. I'm gonna have to examine my own skin when we're done here. look to see
Yeah.
how it's doing. What protocol did I put them on? I think I should be on that protocol myself.
Oh, it's a good one. It covers you. It covers everything for your daily activity. And nighttime too. There's a little good night little potion that
The powder
definitely,
and the,
yeah.
and you know, so we sometimes skip. You know, it's you know sometimes we're like, oh, we forgot. You know what? Let's skip a day, and we just go right back on it the following day.
Yes.
You can't
Of
go along
course.
without it. You've got
You know.
no energy at all if you go back to before.
I know, and energy is so important, and especially going through Hep C, and you had some other little
Oh, that was a
health
world.
challenges that you have dealt with. And tell us, how did you deal with your emotions, especially when you get scary news that, and recently you've had to deal with that. And Jose and I were in constant communication, and he told me the different steps that you both were going through to manage your mind, the thoughts, and then the emotion. I thought, oh, wow, this is incredible how you went at it.
Because I had Jose there with me at every step, I knew I had somebody with me, and I kept thinking of people that did this alone.
Yes.
And I kept thinking I have him with me, but every time they gave me, because it was a whirlwind of doctors, I had I thought it was an ingrown hair at the bottom of my butt. And I
Yeah.
thought, I want to get rid of this. So I went immediately to a dermatologist to get rid of it. And with that came the whirlwind. They did the biopsy. They called me back and said there was cancer. And then they referred me to a doctor within a couple of days. We called and told you. And then from there, she did surgery on me 3 days later and said she got all of the cancer. Then she sent me to a colon cancer specialist. By the way, they're all women. They were all brilliant, taking such great care of me. I feel like I'm getting really cared for, and I'm waiting for her. She wants me to do a screening with the colon doctor every 6 months, which I've already had one
Yeah, and I think it's every 6 months for the first 2 years,
for the first 2
and then
years.
afterwards it'll just be once a year.
Yes. And so it's been a whirlwind, and my primary quit in the middle of all these tests. I did a CT scan, an ultrasound, MRI. It's been a lot, and he's gone.
Well, he didn't. Well, yeah, he kind of quit,
He
but
quit.
he went to go. We
Become
loved
a
it.
no, become a nomad.
We loved it. He went to become a. He met with us, and he said, "I just want to go live life." You know, and I know that
He's had it.
He's probably
young.
he's probably about 35, 37 tops, and young and really overwhelmed, book solid.
Yeah, he probably realized
Oh.
that you have no life when you are a doctor, and when you're a good doctor, then you really have no life because, and so he just told us, right? I want to go live life, and I said, good for you, and you know, and we applauded him. We're like, go for it, you know, where you gonna go? He's like, I don't know, and you know, so
I'll meet a new one in about a week.
Right. You have to find one to be able to be your quarterback. That's the whole idea of these
But
primary
yes,
doctors.
trying to stay calm, especially when you hear that cancer word.
I
And
know.
I was rushed in so fast for a surgery and biopsies, and
it wasn't that fast.
it
though.
was.
There was waiting periods.
I had waiting periods
in
to
between.
think about
That's
it.
when it's difficult, isn't it? The waiting
The
period.
waiting period.
It was tough because
Yeah.
even if the waiting period was, I think the shortest waiting period we had was maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But there were 3 long weeks where if you don't really know how to take care of yourself, that you can let your mind really go and take you all the way to the gravesite, literally,
Right.
and that just it caused a lot of anxiety in the beginning, and we both, I remember I could feel that I was in fight or flight mode. Even I had to go to the gym and do some cardio, and I could still feel it. And so I knew that there was a lot of calming the thoughts down that
Oh,
we
my
had to
blood
do.
pressure just shot up, and they said,
Yeah.
"Do you have blood pressure problem?" And I said, "No, I'm just really scared." And then I relaxed a bit, and then when it came time for the surgery, I was so prepared that they said I was the calmest person they had ever had in there. They said, "What makes you're so calm?" I said, "Well, I'm in your hands. I don't really have a choice. I'm not going to fight this. I'm looking at a good thing
Yeah.
because we caught this early. It was small, so no, I'm not scared and not worried."
And you
Oh,
fed your body in with the
yeah,
right food, supplements, you
yeah,
did meditation, you exercised, you
yeah.
actually really respected and honored your body to give it exactly what it needed through that very intense times. And
And I
didn't
felt
feel
strong
bad.
enough.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I was weak or sick, or I felt quite, I was like, kept saying to myself, well, I feel really good. Whatever they see, they're going to find it and they're going to fix it because I feel really good. Somebody that was ill wouldn't feel like this.
exactly.
And I think
And
that,
he kept me calm
well,
too.
the recovery,
Jose is
It
amazing.
was amazing. It was amazing.
yeah, it was one of those things where I couldn't have been amazing without having like the right information. Communicating with you, Dory, was important because, I was communicating with not a lot, with some people, but not a lot, because I know that right away, everyone's like, oh my God, it's like the death sentence, right? When you say the C word, right? And so I thought, you know what, I gotta find resources, do things that I've never done before, meditate more than I've ever done before. Uh, Deep breathing was like several times a day. It became several times a day, and really just kind of looking at, at how do I feel now, not thinking about, oh, what if this happens, what if that happens, what if this doesn't work, what if that doesn't work, what if this worked. It was just too much. So it was so important to bring us back to the present, and enjoy this moment.
And the protocol you gave me before, I couldn't catch it because they operated so fast, but I did it immediately after and continued on it. And I still am doing that whole thing. We ran out of raspberry, but
No, cranberry.
cranberry, but yeah,
No, cranberry pomegranate, the supplement.
I did everything, but it was so much that I had to do it in stages. Every couple of hours, I would do it, have a little bite to eat, wait 20 minutes.
I know we really kept you bathing in good concentrated nutrients to just help your body through it. Because, like Jose said, it's not just the body, it's also the emotions. And at a certain point, it will help with the emotion, especially when you add the meditation to it and saying to yourself, I'm doing well. I'm actually doing well, and truly feeling that you're
Yeah,
doing well because you're checking in with your body and you're staying in the present. You guys were amazing to me. You were my inspiration, in fact, during that time. And I have to ask you, out of all that huge protocol, and it was huge.
Yeah, because you added the liquids. It was like two liquids,
yeah,
the drops.
the drops, yeah.
Yeah, I added so many
They
things.
were,
It was.
yeah, they were easy, just as long as it all went into the water, because I ate
Exactly.
all at once, but I was having this.
I know.
Busy.
I was
So
like,
what's
well, I
your
don't have
like
to eat any
two?
blueberries. I don't have to have much garlic.
So Tony, out of all of these, which one, if you thinking about the protocol that we started, which one you think is, or which two, or which one's your favorite?
Your favorite.
The number 7 morning powder and the evening powder, the symbiotic. I panic when we're out of garlic.
Yeah, that's you going, inflammation down.
Yeah.
And that is such a phenomenal combo.
I think for me, it's the number 7. And then also there's something about the garlic, and it has that little garlicky flavor, which I love garlic, right? But not in the morning though. So you get that little subtle taste, and then it reminds you of all the healing properties of garlic.
Mhm.
And especially when I feel like a cold coming on, and I'm very prone to,
Right.
colds, because I go to Tijuana, I come back, I'm on the train, air conditioned, I'm in my car, air conditioned, I go out and it's warm, and
We double up on the garlic when
So-
we feel like that.
we just double up.
Yeah, it's so fast acting when
Yeah.
you do the immune system loves the garlic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my last question, because you both are such passionate men with your eyes on the world, wanting to help the world become a better place. And I want to ask, what motivates you to get up in the morning? And we were chatting before we started our session about my research in peace. And even though I love BioImmersion, it's such privilege for me to helm it. In the morning, I get up and I think about what's happening in the world and how would I conduct my research and what questions to ask. And it revs me up. What makes you happy in the morning that gets you up and inspires you to be you?
Wow, it's been tough for me lately getting up in the morning, and I'm always in a good mood, but I'm always fearful to put on the news because that's all I keep thinking about is all these people, these poor people getting killed and pushed around and bullied, and it's hard to watch. But I come from Rockford, Illinois, and I left there because I saw the same kind of people that I see today. I saw the same thing growing up. I ran and I came to California for freedom, to be free. Yeah, I try to think positive because I have my work and that takes me away from a lot. I'm just praying that there's some peace and some heart. There's got to be some heart. And,
Right.
oh my God, I used to run towards anybody that was different than me. That's who I wanted to meet. Just all kinds of people from all over the place. I just kind of grew up, I was that kid. So I don't understand the hatred, but I saw it with my own eyes for a long time. So
Yeah, it's
but
difficult
then
to put it.
I get happy because I have the honey wagon ready, Snoopy's ready, and Jose's getting up. I've got YouTube, and we're having coffee and in Lake Como, and we're in Paris,
We're in
and we're in
Sicily.
Peru. Every day a different coffee. I'm in Mexico City at the coffee house.
Perfect.
That's how I get happy. I put where
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this morning, and then in the end, when I see all the tourists, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, but sometimes he'll put on like a wake up and you're like, oh, what are you? What's going on, Tony? He goes, oh, I'm in having coffee in the Amazon, and then it's like Amazon. I don't know who goes out with these drones, and they're like up in Machu Picchu or they're down the Amazon.
Places where we could never go to, where humans can't go to, but
with bugs and
Jose's like, where is it? I said, we'll never go there, but it's pretty, right?
it's good from the couch.
Yeah, you can do that with your imagination and actually put yourself there without having to be bitten by anything. Love it.
Yeah, that's so I think that for you, like I guess what gets you up is just, I think from observing, it's just you get yourself up.
I get myself up because I feel good. When I get up, I always feel good. I feel young, and till I think about it a little bit, but I still have plenty of energy early. I'm running around and get more things done by 12 o'clock than most people would in a full day. Honestly, I'm up at 5, 6 at the latest, sometimes 4, and then I'll think, well, okay, I'll take a nap in the afternoon. I don't have much to do, and sometimes I do, and it feels really good. A little 30-minute, 1 hour.
That's perfect. It's the happy part of you that actually leads your life, which is exactly where we need to all be. I love that.
Yeah.
It's actually it's really it stops me in my track sometimes because when I get up and I'm like, oh, I get up and trying attacking the administrative stuff of a nonprofit is not my passion at all. It's a chore, a really big chore, especially for someone who's just more of a visionary and more creative like me. But it's got to get done, and it gets done. But when I wake up and it's very inspiring to see to get up and just have a cup of coffee and sit down and just kind of let the day start, not just run after. Oh, I got to get to the computer. I got to do this.
It's like a retreat for him when he gets up in the morning.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what
Surrounding by your happiness.
yeah,
And
it's seeing him, Tony, like really like just relaxing, living life, and he's on the balcony, and I'm like, wow, you know what? I'm so into, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. Eventually I pick up the cell phone and I see my to-do list, and then I kind of say, you know what? I'll get to you, and then I actually look at the videos. We have a huge screen TV, so that when the drone is going through the canals of Venice, I feel like I'm on a boat, and I get lost in that, and I'm drinking my Lavazza coffee, which makes me feel like I'm in Italy, and and so it really is just coming back down to earth, and and just being here in the moment.
wow.
That's fun to get. So I guess part of what gets me up in the morning is that, and also that kind of once I'm kind of in touch with me, then I'm like, okay, now what's going to move you, Jose? And what moves me and my passion is to wake up, to be that alarm clock for this next generation, to help them to wake up to all of the possibilities that they have, that they actually hold in their hands, that they're not aware of,
Mhm.
to the strength that they have, and also the strength to find their voice and to voice that voice and their opinions, so that none of this hatred that's growing, it keeps growing. So maybe
Yeah.
keep it at bay until eventually it can disappear. So it's up to, at least with my workshops with the young, it's okay, this is what we can do. You can, first of all, you can kind of like, you can use your voice. You do have rights. You have the right to be here. You have the right to exist, and you have the right to say when there's something that's happening in the world and does not feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, it's because it is not right. And so with this whole thing, with this administration that came in with the hate and all that, and it's just they're retreating, especially with what's been going on, which is why we don't turn on the news, is what's been going on with all these mass deportations and this fear. And the young people, they're retreating. And so I'm like, no, 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 no. We need you back out. We need you to, to voice what you see, and to grow into it, grow into that voice, and speak up, because there's going to come a point where I won't be around, Tony won't be around. And we need for that generation now to, step in and be like, and say,
Right.
we're not going to put up with this. So that now, with all this happening, that's what seems to be getting me up. Is now my mission has become even more important, and definitely much needed.
Oh, the protests and the marches are brilliant.
They really are. It's nice to
We
see
were
people
we were at the LA one for sure.
like
We
that.
could
Yeah.
not go. We had to go for sure.
Yeah.
But it's always such a peaceful thing when you go to these things and you meet people, and even though you're all different, even different opinions, but when things go wrong, everybody seemed to come together.
And that's the thing. If we can do that with
Yes,
love and compassion and think outside the box for
yes,
solutions instead of the same old, or be too much into fear and hatred, because then we create the same thing over again. It's nice to see how we come together, and we do it out of the desire to see our home become a better place for everyone.
yeah,
Home has got to be home.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time here, and you got to be able to like feel good about going home, feel good about being home. And this
Real
is,
important.
and the US is home to a lot of wonderful people that came from a lot of beautiful places. And they came here to just add to the economy, add to the culture.
All my sowers,
You know,
all of them gone. We don't know where they are hiding. They were taken away. They hit the garment district here.
Yeah.
It took all the workers away. Massive factories, the whole garment area. I finally got a hold of one person to get some clothes for a fitting that's coming up, but I haven't heard from anybody else. My tailors, my guy for Sherry that we know,
Gone.
been here with his family. I think they had a restaurant in Echo Park for 40 years.
Oh my goodness. And the farms also are suffering. Also, different industries are
Yeah.
suffering, which makes us more adamant that we build a better future.
And they want us to go out, you know, and promote.
And do that with sense of love and justice. If love and justice go hand in hand, then we got something going for ourselves. I love you guys. I love your work. Your sharing is so powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for listening, and have a fabulous evening.